ICP has been solidly stuck in this range over the last few months, while other altcoins have seemingly been moving up. When will ICP get out of this range? Well, that's something we're going to talk about in this video right now. We're also going to talk about the future of Bitcoin and how you might want to position yourself in whatever various altcoins you want to be in. And we'll start talking about those things now. So this is ICP. If you watch ICP, you are very familiar that, first of all, ICP has absolutely skyrocketed since October. So back in October, it was around 3, and right now it's around 13. As I'm making this video, 13.75. So it's up still, what's that, 400%, 4 times, 450% almost. So there are no complaints coming from the holders of ICP. We just need to be patient at this point. You can see after this run-up that it experienced in December. I guess it made its high right here the 1st of January, right around, what's that, about 16 and a quarter. We've been in this solid range, really very solidly within this range of, let's say, 10 to 15 for about 6 weeks now. We did reach the bottom here on the 23rd, much like all of crypto did, because that's when Bitcoin started taking off and has been rising ever since. And with the Bitcoin rise, which has been, basically straight up, if you will, ICP has been pulled up gradually as Bitcoin has been moving up. But ICP has not really made a big move like some of these other coins have. All that means, by the way, that's not a negative thing at all. These other coins that have made big moves did not go up 400 and 450% in October. So in November, December, like ICP did. So it's just a matter of being patient. That's all you need to do right now if you are holding ICP. But the fact of the matter is we do want it to break out of this range. And let's look at some of and it will. I don't know exactly when, but it definitely will. And it frankly could happen at I'm not exaggerating, it could literally happen at any minute because there's other altcoins that are out there breaking their range as we speak. Here's ADA. And I make videos on several altcoins, so I'm familiar with their patterns on many of them. We've been waiting to break this 0.60 range in ADA. It broke it over the last few days. That broke this very critical 0.033 to 0.035 range last week. It did skyrocket. And that's why I'm saying at any minute, ICP could literally make a move like this. If you're in a good project, which ICP definitely is, while Bitcoin is making this incredible run up and while there's millions of dollars flowing through crypto a day, it's just a matter of time before your coin gets picked up and it moves. There was another coin, was it DOT? Yeah, DOT has broken its range. It had been in a range for a while and had struggled to break this 7.3 to 7.6 range. It broke it last week. One more, let me show you. Matic just broke its range today. I made a video yesterday where it was down below this 0.92 and I was saying we got to get above this range. It's wrestling right this very second with 1.0. So all of these other altcoins are breaking their upper range barrier, and it's just a matter of time before ICP does. Of course, a lot of it is going to not all the time depend on Bitcoin, but a lot of it is going to be dependent on Bitcoin and how Bitcoin moves this cycle. And when I'm talking about the cycle, I mean there's over the next week or two. Certainly Bitcoin, I really have no doubt, will be challenging its all-time high sometime in 2024. The only question really is, does it have any more room down before the halving, something like that? Because we have the halving coming up here in April. Last I looked, it's currently estimated to happen on April 20th. Which would be right here. Okay, so the only question really is Bitcoin going to continue to rise as this money continues to flow in through the ETFs? before the halving, or are we going to get basically what has historically happened before halvings, and we had a little bit, not a little bit, sometimes up to 20 and 30% of a drawdown in Bitcoin before we consolidated and then moved up after the halving thereafter? Well, we don't know the answer to that, and the answer to that question will affect ICP. But look, we didn't know the answer to that for VET, and the reason I keep harping on VET is because I hold VET, so I watch it. I didn't know VET was going to be picked up and go up 40 and 50% in a matter of a handful of days, literally in a matter of 3 days, go up 40 to 50%. I had no idea that was going to happen. And if it happens to, by the way, H-bar is another one that has broken its range just today. And if it happens to ICP, the only way you'll get to be a part of that is if you're holding it. So if you are in ICP, all you need to do right now is hold. You are going to break this range. You're already up 4 or 5 times since October, and things are looking especially bright in the long term for a quality project like ICP. Now let's talk about Bitcoin for a minute and the future of it. I do follow a lot of people on Twitter. They help me understand what's going on in the crypto market. I do not spend my full days in the crypto market. I have a full-time job, raise kids, have hobbies. There's a lot I do besides crypto. So I have to look to people to point me in the right direction. This is one lady that I've been following, literally called Lady of Crypto on Twitter. And I want to talk about a couple of her tweets real quick that have to do with Bitcoin. She says the crypto bull run lasts 10 to 12 months from the break of Bitcoin's previous all-time high, which in this case is right around 70,000. That has been consistent for the last few cycles. Why does this matter? Well, it matters because now you know that when Bitcoin breaks 69,000, there's a 10-month countdown, and that timer starts, and by the end of that countdown, you should be all out. So basically what she's saying is when Bitcoin, and if it does, when Bitcoin breaks its all-time high of roughly around $70,000, generally you have 10 to 12 months for Bitcoin to keep running and the crypto bull market to continue. And you want to be in the game before that happens. You certainly want to be in the game before that happens so you can get the gains from those moves. And then she's saying about 10 to 12 months after, you need to start paring back and even pulling out, because the run generally lasts 10 to 12 months. So it's not a matter of if Bitcoin is going to hit its all-time highs. It's just a matter of when, and I think that when is going to be this year. And if it is this year, her point is you've got about a year to take advantage of that. She had another good tweet I wanted to show you. Oh, yes. At this stage in the cycle, all you need to do to get rich is buy dips. You literally have one job, load up on dips and start taking profit heavily in mid-2025, which that means she's assuming we're going to hit all-time highs for Bitcoin after the halving, sometime May, June, middle of 2024. It's almost impossible to screw this up. And her point is here, you need to be in something crypto if you have any chance or any desire to be making money with this bull run. You don't need to wait. Now, she did say buy the dip. The problem is, if you're in a quality coin, or if you're in any coin really, you may not get a dip, right? This may be the dip. Of course, if you had gotten into ICP back in January as it was falling, and we did make videos about that and did talk about it hitting this level, and did talk about, look, if it hits 10 and 11, you might want to pick some more up if you're inclined to buy more ICP. Here's my thought. I think we'll look back in 2024 and we'll look at this level right here of 13.75 being part of the dip, right? What I mean by that is I do clearly think we're obviously going to break this high. If Bitcoin's breaking its all-time highs, ICP is going to break its most recent high and then carry on upward in ICP, just like most other altcoins are going to do. I'm not sure I would hang on and say, hey, I'm going to wait for 11, right? Because if I would have been hanging on for VET to get down to, I don't know, I'm going to wait for it to get to 0.027 right about here, I'd have missed out on all that. You don't want to miss out, right? And we're getting to that point where these altcoins can shoot up at I'm talking literally any minute, any day, any week. They can literally shoot up. So you want to be in a coin or coins, you want to have a plan, and you want to have your capital deployed soon. If you're not already in, soon. And from a long-term perspective, ICP is doing just fine. We just need to get through this range. Other coins are doing it. ICP is just patiently bidding its time. It's waiting. And that's really because it's already had a magnificent run up since October, that the other coins are just now starting to reach that level of 300% and 400% gains since October. And ICP has been there for several weeks now. All right, that's my update on ICP. We will continue watching crypto. Check back in.